Let's do this, Lou. Let's do this.
So no, Garrett. Yeah, so that was Reston, and I remember
Yeah,
like
because the Panera for the coffee.
right because Chris woke me up in the morning. I don't know how much sleep I got, but um, I woke up. I wasn't showered. He needed change or something, so I was bringing change down, and that was when I found Jaina just hanging out outside in the line for people to get in. I was like, I know you, and I was like, where's your parents?
I was there, Brian. I remember that. That was on the top of the staircase,
And she-
right? In front of the doors.
Yeah. And I remember too, because she was like, she's like, I think they're in there, and I was like, you know what, you should have someone call them. And I was like, wait a minute, I have a phone. I have their number. I can call them.
Yep.
And then I just remember, going upstairs, showering, napping again, coming back down. And Chris, I met Chris later, and he's like, dude, you smelled horrible. And I was just like, oh man, I was talking to Bobby's daughter. She must have thought I was just a fucking bum.
Who's this homeless person talking to me?
Was that the one? Was that the night before where I was making people choose Dorito flavors out of my pockets? Do you guys?
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, remember we had those little snack bags of Doritos at the rock party,
Yeah,
and
I have Cool Ranch on one pocket and
nacho on the other. And then I would ask people, what's the better flavor, nacho or Cool Ranch? And then they would give me the answer, and then I'd have them choose a pocket. And if they chose the right pocket with the right flavor, I'd give it to them, and no one got it right. That was funny.
Brian ate a lot of Doritos.
No, man.
He woke up with crushed Doritos in his pocket.
Yeah.
What's all these Doritos doing there?
These are really warm. Tiny little pieces.
Oh man,
bags of crumbs.
Miss those times. That's just what 2019 is. So just over a year ago.
Well, last year doesn't count, so I call it last year.
Yeah, just say last year. I remember I think it was a couple of years ago when Gary came through in the clutch with the chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
that was
that?
That was the first Reston. Yeah, that was like.
Was that Reston too?
Yeah, it was the first one. Yeah,
that was the first year.
Yep,
that was my first year, like meeting everybody in person.
Me too. Yep.
I'm used to like going out. I'm used to going out like at 11, like maybe 12:30, go for like a snack run. Dave does that like 3 times at night. Like he'll eventually go there like at 3:00 in the morning. Dude, let's do it. Like let's get a snack. I'm hungry. Let's get a snack.
I mean, he does.
Yeah, I am.
He is kind of
in
aided, we'll say, in the hunger games, I guess.
And he's like
what I find funny is the supermarket sweeps that we do. That when we go to the supermarket and buy stuff for the rooms, and then we wind up with like stuff like later on, and like some of us try to be health conscious when we're there, and some of us don't. It's like you'll see the bag of beef jerky there, and you're like, all right, that's kind of healthy. I'll leave it there, But then you see all the Doritos and snack bags and candy, and usually that's the first thing to go, and then the jerky goes, and then then the healthy stuff goes after that. But
I mean, in the weekend,
the Twiggies and berries.
Yeah, there's been none of that for the past few months, as you could tell, obviously. Yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another brand new episode of Breaking the Mold. We're your Tuesday night delight here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Starting old school, little banter. You got the chat we were having for just 5 minutes before. Should have heard it. What's up? I'm Harrick and BX. Tonight's a special night, and we're just gonna chat, bullshit, and have a good time as we usually do. Let's go around the yard, as they say, and say what's up to the rest of the crew. Got a full house tonight, and I'm loving it. Brian Brink, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, do you guys like going to the dentist?
No.
I actually do. It's weird.
No.
Yeah.
Gary's that guy.
No, I like the feeling afterwards. I really do. Like when you like I do.
Yeah, I do like the way your teeth feel afterwards, for sure. I went to the dentist today, and got a clean bill. They're very proud of me. I guess I'm flossing correctly or whatever.
So why you sound different today?
Maybe. Actually,
I can't feel my tongue.
I'm wearing. I have a different headset today.
Oh, nice.
I'm all. This is my old school wired headset because I left the receiver from my wireless ones at my mom's house.
Oh no!
So fortunately, I had a backup. Always have a backup if you're going to podcast 3 nights a week. Always have a backup.
Yeah. So your visit today, was that just a routine like cleaning or
routine cleaning? Okay. But I don't like it when they put the seat back all the way down, so your head is below your waist type of thing. It gets me very, very anxious, and so today I actually had to take a break after they got done doing all the scraping. I was like, I just need to get up and walk around. I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, then came back type of thing. I don't know. It's a very weird thing. I also always wear special shoes when I go to the dentist.
Oh my gosh.
I have these shoes that are 1.5 sizes too big for my feet. And I usually wear them as comfortable house shoes, but I don't like my feet being constricted when I'm in an anxious
you wiggle your toes?
Right. So I wiggle. These are the same shoes I wear on the plane. And guess what?
I was just going to ask you if you fly with those same shoes.
And I left these shoes on at my mom's house as well. So I was like, I'm going to the dentist. I don't have my dentist shoes. So I took my regular shoes and I loosened all the laces so they're falling off your feet. It just wasn't the same. Just saying. Dude, you're gonna get to know me a little bit.
Special
dentist. Does your dentist let you pick a prize out of the treasure chest when you're done?
No, actually, I guess I should ask, but due to the COVID thing, they have a children's section and they had it all blocked off. There's no kids are playing here at the dentist. It's all business now. There's no magazines. There's no.
I was just gonna say
no water, no nothing.
My dentist growing up, I used to love always reading the highlights magazines in the waiting area.
Yeah. Those magazines are bomb.
Freaking highlights. Tell the difference between these two pictures, and then,
Yeah, that, and I was falling asleep right before the show. With 15 minutes to go, I'm sitting here. You ever be so tired you're scrolling on your phone, and then you close your eyes and you wake up and you're like, I didn't mean to like that. You fall asleep. Yeah.
On the like button.
I was like, I need some coffee. Honestly.
Yeah, me and Dave were actually talking about that just before going live. Felt because I had a long day at work. He was feeling a little tired, so it was just man, gotta get in the zone.
Yeah.
AutoZone.
Get in the zone.
Yeah. I thought you said something.
We got it. JD, don't worry about it. AutoZone.
Get in the zone.
It's a good commercial, buddy. It's a good commercial. Good reference.
You had a good New Year, Brian? Everything,
Yeah, New Year is great. It's funny. One of my good friends, he throws a New Year's Eve every party. I've been going. I think I missed 1 or 2. I missed 2, I think. But yeah, I've been going to this place since 2002 or whatever.
Oh wow!
And so it's obviously I couldn't go, but fortunately, Wolfie and the other guys had a virtual thing. So I sat here and drank and traded stories about. Actually, I don't know what the hell we talked about, but we watched the ball drop, all that mess.
Nice. That means it was a good night.
Yeah.
All right, Energon Addict. What's up, Pop?
Sorry, I was on mute. What's up?
What up? How was your New Year? How was your weekend? How you doing?
New Year's was okay. Went to mom's. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really hold back. You guys know that, right? So I went to mom's for a intimate dinner with my parents, and my idiot brother came home.
Liking the story so far.
Started acting stupid. He came home all fucking high and shit. And come on. I'm not fucking high half the time. I don't know. And I tell him, bro, you look fucking high out your face. And, my parents are defensive. They're the type, and they're like, No, he's all right. He always looks like that. All right, yeah. One eye looks like it's half closed. You gonna tell me fucking dude don't look like he retarded? And then the conversation that was just happening, like we were all at the table, we already had eaten, so he's eating his dinner standing up, talking to us standing up. And he's being like real condescending towards me and my father, and I'm not letting him have it. I'm like, yo, like you make no sense, dude. I'm trying to help you. You're not listening. And you don't know what the fuck how much I'm like, show me the fucking $20,000 in your fucking pocket. I told him, and he's I'm like, all right, good. So shut the fuck up. I'm like, yo, come on, we're leaving. So I picked up and left. Right. My mom was mad, upset, and stuff because it was only like 7:30, 7:45. We weren't planning on spending the whole night there, but regardless, I kind of like killed the mood. You know what I'm saying? So he killed my New Year's Eve into my New Year's Day, where I'm like, I wish I was an only child. Fuck him. Fuck that. Blah, 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 blah. But the reality of it is, it's look, my brother is 8. I'm 8 years his senior, right? So to me, he's still a kid. He don't take my advice. That's on you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it. I'm not starting the year eating your shit the way my parents do. So, mom, dad, you listening? Keep eating dude's shit. Keep eating his shit. I'm not eating it no more. I'm not dealing with it. So, pretty much that's how I left the house on New Year's, and that's how it's been since with everybody. So, I started the new year basically, with a bang. You know what I'm
saying? Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
It's like, and get that fucking monkey off your back.
I really, honestly, Dom, like I've talked to you guys numerous times. That kid, I could talk to one of you guys and have a normal conversation and feel like, like I could tell you my issues, my problems, and I'll get something out of it from, any of you, whether it be advice or just, word of confidence, anything. My brother, on the other hand, only uses me for that reason. But like, he's the type of person, he'll spend an hour on the phone with you, but that's him talking the entire time. And you try to get an inch, and he doesn't. It transpires back to him. So a year of that and a year of COVID, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't need it. I got plenty of family to talk to. I got plenty of people to give me advice and direct me without having to listen to somebody on the phone fucking complain or bitch or. Pretty much like I'm complaining and bitching to you guys now, but the truth of the matter, I can't be there for him. You know what I mean? Like he has 2 parents. He's gonna be 32 years old, and that's how I felt when I walked out that house. I'm like, I think it's time he grows up, and you guys need to realize it. And I left. Yep, just like that.
Right. Yeah, just like boom, boom. And this was all because he was lit.
He was lit, and he's always been this way, Jose. My brother's always been that way, always.
You don't put like Visine in his eyes to make sure you can't tell.
I'm not dealing with it no more. I'm not dealing with it. That's it. Just like Nick said, blood's overrated. I've had people who aren't related to me treat me better. So
no.
I'm looking at plenty of them right here. So you know what I mean?
Love you, man. Love you too.
All right.
Oh, look, JD, he's giving you the virtual hug.
I gave you
that was pretty eventful. Gary, was your New Year's Eve as eventful as that?
Nope. So nope. It's just the wife and I, and the two kittens kind of hanging out. So I can see you guys. Go ahead, Tom.
I can see Gary like yelling at his cat. I'm not taking any more of your
No. This will surprise no one to say that I don't think I stayed up past like 10 o'clock and went to bed. And, I worked that day, and I was actually off on the 1st. So I got up early, did my normal routine, just kind of did my thing, which was fine. It was nice. And then hung out on the 1st. So
you didn't
pretty
watch
calm.
The Dick Clark New Year's special? You missed it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was it. That was pretty simple.
Did they even have people at Times Square this year?
No.
They had not
small
crowd, but small pockets of people, like like first responders and people like that they had there.
Their little groups literally like fenced in little squares with like the crowd control fences and stuff.
No. So, I got to see the ball drop. Usually, I'm just tuning when it comes to that. Like I just tune in, like usually those 2 minutes before, just to kind of, catch the ball drop, and then it's like whatever.
So did Jenny McCarthy kiss herself? Or
I didn't see her. I didn't see. At least I didn't know.
I didn't see her. Yeah, I didn't see her either.
Jenny
she's
McCarthy.
probably hiding from the vaccine.
I saw Carson Daly. He looked like he had some pandemic pounds on him. You know what I'm saying? And there was somebody else old school that was there too, like on one of the other channels. As I was like trying to flip through, and I just can't recall who it is right now. Short term memory loss. But how was the rest of the weekend, though, dude? Everything was good. Gee.
Yeah, it was. I actually, like I said, I ended up taking the day off on the 1st, and then just back to work. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today. I got tomorrow off, so it's nice.
Nice.
Gary, what's your shirt say?
It's the mantra from Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah.
Strike first, strike hard.
Does it say no mercy on the bottom?
It does. It does say on the bottom. Yeah,
Is there a cobra?
Exactly. Not on this one. No, it's just the stenciling.
Missed opportunity.
But you get the
cobra
idea.
Should have been on the back.
You get the idea. I don't think it's back there. No.
That's nice. I saw a funny meme today. Like it was like a picture of Mr. Miyagi, and it said Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, his look, right? Yeah.
Looking at you, everybody wearing their Cobra Kai gear is funny.
Dude, isn't that really true? Like, it's always the bad guys or the villains that just market more, right? How many more Decepticon stickers do you see on people's cars versus the Autobot badges, right?
Uh-huh.
The Cobra logo, right?
Everybody wants to be a
Nobody
bad
wants
boy.
to be labeled the good guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But the stuff is always just a little bit cooler looking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't run to my classrooms and say, I'm the good guy, guys.
No, but growing up, I'm sure we always wanted to be the main hero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
He-Man,
rooting for
you always
Vader
wanna
the
be
whole time.
He-Man.
Skywalker.
Then you became a teenager, and then that's when you saw the cheerleaders going, for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So all right.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be Batman. No one wanted to be Joker. It's crazy.
He's crazy.
The Batman's rich too. Maybe that's
Right, exactly.
He also has all the
That's
wonderful
exactly
toys.
it. Exactly. Yeah. It's the toys. So, all right, Dominic, what's up, bro? How are you?
It's going on. Good. My New Year's was great. We ended up going to Long Island to spend with my sister-in-law again. Yeah, it was fun. It was a little just family. Not all of us though. It was like a little, skeleton crew that just went up there, just chilled. We had some dinner. Drank a lot.
Nice.
But ended up sleeping over there and just driving home the next day. So.
Do you
But
guys
we've
do
seen-
the whole, like 2020 glasses and the hats and all that
Oh
stuff?
yeah. My other sister-in-law works at a party fair, so she brings all that shit.
Oh,
So
sweet. Yeah.
we have the hats, we have the light up glasses. Yeah, like all the noisemakers you can see, and we lit up some fireworks too, which was fun. But enjoyed the night. Tend to after the ball drops, things get quiet. I catch up on all the. I guess the musicians that I don't know of that's going, that all the kids rant and rave about, which I watch on the TV after, like, as they have all those, like bands playing afterwards, and I did not know one single one of them. Like, I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, same thing. I'm like, who are these people?
I'm like, where the fuck is like Van Halen and
2020 got them all, man.
Yeah, done.
I had to Shazam, some people, because I'm like my girl was confused, like thought like one of these. I don't even remember who the artist was, but she thought it was Miley Cyrus. I'm like, that's not Miley Cyrus.
There was like, you should have saw like all the kids started going crazy for some of them, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, who is this?
Oh man,
But, it's still doing the same thing, shaking ass and talking about the less clothes to wear is the best wear, type of thing. So
wow,
it was interesting.
Yeah.
They were just all enjoying it. So But the weekend went fine. Kind of low pro weekend. Do some toy hunting like usual, and actually met up with Gort Sunday morning, and we went to the Wayne show.
Wayne,
nice.
The Wayne fire. Well, it wasn't at the fire. It wasn't at the firehouse. It was actually at the place that they had ToyCon. It's a facility across the way. Unfortunately, the weird thing was is they didn't have it in the two gymnasiums that like ToyCon was at. I guess they just didn't.
Wait, the new ToyCon, Dom, or the Parsippany?
Yeah, no, the new one, the new ToyCon.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Because there's a new facility that's right by the Wayne Firehouse that I guess they're using. Very when they did ToyCon back in October, it was big. It was two big gymnasiums like they had, but then when I went there this weekend with Gort, I thought they were going to just use the same two gymnasiums, but they actually used another side of the building which had two other smaller rooms, and that's where they did it. They did the show out of those two smaller rooms rather than the two big ass gymnasiums that they had. So I don't know
it's 2021. I mean, we don't have to wear masks anymore. We're over the whole pandemic, so they can put it back in the small rooms now. I think.
Yeah, I guess it worked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything was spread out. It was big. It's way like Brian when you go to Wayne in the firehouse, like that's small, but it's a lot from the two rooms that they had in this new place. It's a lot bigger, but I was kind of curious why they didn't use the two big gymnasiums, but I'm assuming they already had like weekend activities or sports coming up that they couldn't break down all the tables and everything. I guess. I don't know.
Well, maybe they didn't have enough people to fill it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. But
why have all that space if you just,
Yeah, they had two rooms though. There was two decent sized rooms filled up with vendors, but which was
all right, Tom. What'd you get? Did you get anything good?
Nah, we picked up a few things. We
didn't get any Texas, and we didn't get one Texas.
There wasn't but there was
looking for this.
It was mostly retail stuff that you would typically find, and then all your pop collectors and pops and stuff like that. And I was like telling Gord at the end, I'm like, Gord, we got to leave now before I start buying pops.
No joke.
I started looking at a pop table, and he comes up to me. He's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm staring at pops, and I don't want to buy pops." But it was fine. We picked up a couple things. I was able to get one of those Amazon exclusives that I missed out on. All the vendors who had them were overpriced, but this one particular vendor had it for I think $20 more than retail, which was fine with me. So
that's not exclusive. What
is that? The Prowl set.
There's the
coffee maker.
There's the Prowl and Ironhide set that I missed out, and there was the Dirge and the Ramjet one that I missed out on, and there was also the the Ratchet and the what's the girl? I can't remember the girl's name.
Yeah, Medic.
Yeah. So that's the set I got. It was the only one that was at a decent price, and then the other vendor had the two other ones, but he was asking, I think for the Ramjet and Dirge, he was asking for like $175.
Damn,
that's too much. I was like, no way. And then I think he was asking for the Ironhide and Prowl. He was asking for like $130. I think $135. And I was like, no.
Jesus.
And then for the last set, which was the Ratchet and the Medic, he was asking $100, and I was like, nah, forget it. Mm-hmm. So I found somebody who else was selling it for $70, so I was happy. I think that set went for like $50. I think it was.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, it's not bad. At 20 above retail for those sold out, I don't think it's too bad, especially for the cone heads that everybody seems to want. So that's the move. It's not bad.
And then I just picked up another Walgreens Black Series blue Lieutenant, like that Lieutenant Clone Trooper, the blue one. Mm-hmm. Someone had it for like $30. I picked it up because I wanted another one. I was only able to find one, and I always thought I would find a lot more, and they just weren't around here as they typically are with all the other exclusives. But so if anybody has
there's two lieutenants who takes the orders over
I don't know.
One or the other.
There's other squads, I'm assuming there's other squads, but
you got to get those plain Jane white armor troopers that don't have no colors on them.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's
ones.
another
Those
one
are the
that's out.
grunts.
Yeah, for the next set, but this next
Those
wave
are all
that's coming
phase
out.
one
There's so
though,
many
troopers, right, Dom? Phase
phase
one.
one. Yeah, they're phase one troopers. Yeah. So Gort picked up a couple things. He was able to nail some good Black Series. They actually, one vendor had the Archive Anakin and that wave, like the Archive Anakin and the Darth Maul wave, for a pretty good price. He had it for like $22 each of them. So
Jeez.
I know that they were hard to find, and they kind of went and came and gone. What am I trying to say?
Wow.
But
I mean, those things were general release, though, right? So you could pre-order them at any store you wanted to back in the day. Gort, wait, on that stuff?
Yeah, I think
maybe
he's just
changing
coming back
his mind.
into it. Yeah, he's coming back into Star Wars. So I know he was looking for some stuff, and then they had all the turtles. Everybody was selling turtles. God's, so many turtles. But it was good. Like it was a good show. I wasn't staring at every table with a microscope and digging down on other things. I just had a kind of mind of what I was looking for, seeing if anybody had it, and then kind of left and we went about our way. But I'll talk about the other story when we start chatting about our topic here. But it was fun.
I'm just jealous you went to a show. I've been kind of watching, some of the small local stuff here in the state, to see about if there's something like up in Tampa or, something within a reasonable distance just to get in the rhythm, try and see if I can't get Nick Brammer to come with me and go check something
It's
out.
enjoyable. Like I said, I went to the October show, which kind of rejuvenated, as much as, not a lot of people were there. A lot of our friends were there. So it's like, I took it for what it was, and it kind of, made me a little bit back into collecting and happy and put a smile on my face. Same thing with this weekend. The Saturday was a nice getaway. Met up with Gore, chatted, we chatted all the way up there and chatted all the way back down, just, hanging out, talking life and shit, and, just enjoyed it.
That's pretty cool. Are they doing that like on a monthly basis like they were doing it before? Or
yes,
is that what that show is?
Yeah, it's the first Sunday of every month, wherever it falls.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Maybe we should have that, man. I don't know if it's a little bit bigger or whatever. The places to eat, get some takeout.
Oh yeah, there's places to eat. It's in a good location. So
they have a cafeteria in there, Dom. They making Taylor ham.
They did. They were making sandwiches, coffee. Yeah, they had bagels. They had everything. And it was actually a bigger like convenience stand. It was like really large. It was a lot more enjoyable than going into the little small firehouse and just working out, having that show in the little cafeteria that they had at this firehouse. So,
well, if they do it like that, next time, then maybe you just shoot me the date. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a zip car, come hang out.
It's in Wayne, so like it's just like if you were going to Parsippany. It's not that far away from New York. Oh. Yeah, it's down. Route 3, you can catch Route 3, cut across, hit 46, and you're right there.
Nice. All right. Definitely shoot with a date. All right. Yep. JD, what's up, dude?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Ooh. Good.
Yeah? Cool. Well, ours was pretty uneventful. We just hung out here, laid low, did some shit around the house.
Yeah, Chan was saying that you guys started unpacking some more stuff that you moved in there and never unpacked or something like that. She was saying last night.
Yeah,
going through movies and stuff.
Yeah, so we went through our movie collection, and I mean we had like doubles of this and that, and just kind of boxed all that stuff up. It's probably a good extra, I don't know, 100 or so movies, 150 movies that we had extras of. Other copies. Yeah. It was like between Blu-ray and DVD. But yeah, we went through all that stuff. New Year's Eve, we just hung out and ate food and relaxed, and people started firing off fireworks and stuff, and then you heard all the people that couldn't afford the fireworks, and they're out there, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, there was some of that over here too.
Oh man.
Well, fucking Wild West.
So I'm like on the couch. I'm on the couch and I'm like,
AK, honey.
you just get loose.
Yep.
America.
America.
Pandemic's over. It's celebrate.
Pow, pow, pow.
We got the vaccine.
So yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I took off all weekend, so it's nice to. It was weird to go back to work like today,
Oh yeah.
because I was just used to hanging out at home here and. Oh, what do you want to do today? I don't know. Okay, cool. Let's, and it's kind of like wander around and, just kind of like putzing around. And then finally it's like, okay, well, I feel like doing this. You want to do this? Okay, cool. Well, let's tackle that.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that same feeling on Sunday because I was off. Like I took Thursday off. I had off the holiday and then the weekend, so it's a nice, small little break. So just like, back to the grind. But mine was low key too. Didn't do anything. I was just off that day. She was just home laying up. Played some games. Jessie was like, she usually passes out so early because she's used to getting up like early for work. She gets up like 2 a.m., leaves the house like around 4. So I was like, you're going to crash. You ain't even going to make it. Like, and she was like, but she crashed and she woke up around 10. And we just chilled out on the couch until the ball dropped. So it was nice. Very low key,
Yes.
Talk to the family, the family always kind of calls from, wherever, and Happy New Year, and, it was cool. So that's it. So Dom mentioned about going out, finding some pickups. It did seem to be like a very happy New Year. I think I saw Gary put it in the Realm group too. Like, people were posting hauls, like finding these figures. I know, I guess some G.I. Joes were released at
Somebody
Target.
said G.I. Joes?
Some exclusives, and Tyler was hitting us in the chat with finding some Studio Series stuff and some Kingdom stuff, and it was like all of a sudden, like it's like, oh, what happened? Stuff just dropping at once. So I
was mad at myself. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have got all hung over this morning. I could have went out and enjoyed the phone with everybody else.
Yeah, man. So it just seemed like I was very, very happy to see just so many people scoring stuff, and did anybody? I mean, Dom mentioned he did some toy hunting and stuff like that, but did anybody else get an opportunity to do that or grab some pickups? Like, I got a shout out to Tyler. Like, he found some stuff. He shipped them out. So,
fucking what is it? Was he New Hampshire or Vermont? What is it?
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, dude.
Yeah.
Land of milk and honey. But like, put that in the chat. Like, little emojis.
Like, I know I got a lot of places around here, but like, obviously they stock shit at his place faster because it's empty shelves. Like that day right after, like that Friday, I went out real quick, but I kept. After the first 2 stores I saw was like empty, I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I just went home.
You're like, what am I doing with myself? Right. On New Year's Day, like in the morning.
I'm coming into stores looking at like trash, like nothing on the shelf, and Fortnite shit all over the place. That's all I saw. So
yeah, well, even I got lucky. Like I was like, you know what? Because I saw people finding like the Beast Wars Megatron at Target. So I'm like, you know what? I never find anything, but let me go and look. And the fucking shelves were bare. They were bare. But when I turned that corner and I saw the Transformers section, I saw the Studio Series Hot Rod there. You could see the picture on the side of the box. I was like, oh shit! Just grabbed it. And then I'm like looking around to see like, did anybody stash anything? But it was empty. Like it was just surprising even just to see that there. I was like, somebody must have just forgot this. Like, I don't know. Everything else was cleaned out. Like, it seemed like they were looking like just before like a reset before they would put new stock out because there was nothing on the shelves.
Which is surprising because usually they typically wait because I don't think they have enough like of anything to clearance out because they're so. I guess the supply was so low that they just whatever they had they put out and people were shopping and it was more. I don't know if it was successful because I don't think the supply was there. So There was just not a lot to buy on the shelves, but when like
I thought I saw people posting pics of stuff on clearance, like recent stuff. Did you guys see that? I can't remember where I saw it now.
I didn't see
Maybe it's a lie.
I haven't.
Yeah, like, and then like I was surprised that like when Gort picked me up on what was it, Sunday, I was checking Pop Finder for the Vipers and stuff, the GI Joe, because they no stores by me on the 1st of January had any GI Joes. They was showing nothing. No stores are like in like a 30-mile radius for me was showing Joes. But then like the next following 2 days, they were showing up. Okay. And I remember Gort we were driving up to Wayne, and I was like, you know what, Wayne, can we stop at this Target over here in Clark before we go to the show? And we did, and the funny thing is, it was showing 6 the night before, but after stores closed, and I'm like, oh, we could hit Clark up, and I text Gort like, we'll hit Clark up and see if we can get some Vipers.
Hey, Clark.
And all of a sudden, yeah, the town of Clark in New Jersey.
Did you go to Westfield as well? Because the Clark Westfield exit off of the Garcia Parkway?
That's right there. That's right there, Brian. Exactly what you're talking about. So we went there, we stopped there, and I was like, listen, if there's like 5 guys in camo pants and fucking army gear, I'm not going to even get online.
We'll just drive. Mad stereotypical,
bro. That's what he said, so I'm just using his joke. so I was just saying, whatever. So we got there, and there was nobody online. There was nobody there in the parking lot. So I got up, got out of the car. It was about 10 minutes, I think 15 minutes before the store was going to open. And then like all of a sudden, like 3 other guys showed up, and I'm checking Pop Finder. The quantity went down from like 6 to 3 without the store even opening, like to the public. And I'm like, holy shit! So, and like the other guys even saw it happening, and they're like, oh fuck, it's gonna be a shit show. So we walked in there, and there was 2 female workers who were very nice, and they started helping us trying to find whatever we were looking for. And it was funny because we were all standing like right next to electronics, and these workers were coming out with not just the Joes. They were coming out with Black Series stuff. They were coming out with NECA stuff.
Wow,
it was like a buffet. It was so funny because they were coming out with shit.
Well, the managers were all like, "Look, we got some fish here. Let's fucking get some hook."
It was exactly like that, Brian. It was like probably 6.
With your eyes open wide, like, oh my god.
The guy comes out with like NECA cranes. Here's NECA cranes.
That was the other thing. People were finding that.
Yeah, everyone was just like picking one up. Here's Black Series Jar Jar Binks. Oh yeah.
So what shop was this, Tom? You needed to go to that place more often.
It was like it's a shitty place, but like I've struck out a lot of times in this place, but this particular day, it was really producing, and then the funny thing is the last thing that we were really there for with the Vipers, and they couldn't find them. It looks like I'm just assuming
the employees are like, they know what that shit is. Yeah, like they're just to put this.
And the guy even showed me. He's like, yeah, it came in last night's truck. We had 6 of them. 3 sold today. I'm like, how did 3 sell today when we just came in? Like, and he's like, I don't know. And it tells you the time. It fucking.
He's like, wink, wink. Come meet me at my truck outside.
Yeah. It sold at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, how did it fucking sell at 6:30 in the morning? Your store doesn't open until 8. And he's like, couldn't even say anything. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's those early bird hours for the
people
that are more susceptible to
it's the old seniors coming in trying to get their Clorox bleach, and obviously the Vipers.
So it's early shoppers.
But it was. So we left the store. We went to Wayne, but like it was a good outing because I think Gort got like the 2-pack of Baxter Stockman in Splinter. We all got Krangs, and everybody got Jar Jar Binks. And like the funny thing is, like, if we stood there any longer, we probably would have got some of those Transformers and stuff like that. But they by 9:00, the manager, I guess, came into work, and he was like, "No, you guys can't stand here like this. You got to scatter, leave." And then like he finally came out from the back and told everyone, he's like, "We don't have them. come back tomorrow. We'll have possibly found them somewhere, and they'll be on the shelf if we find them. So.
I was about to ask. I was like, nobody's buying Transformers. Like, damn, I'm hearing Black Series and Turtles. Yeah.
But that's my Gort story. At Clark at 135 on at New Jersey Turnpike in Clark.
That's great.
Why are you telling everybody to go there?
It's a good Clark. It's right off the turn. It's right off the Parkway, so it's very convenient. You can just jump in.
Now you're not going to be able to find anything there.
Oh, listen,
I'm kidding.
The game is deep, man. The game is hard.
Trying to help our brothers out.
Yeah, but speaking of that though, like there was a couple of members of the realm like doing that over the weekend. Like guys like Jimmy Rich, like Eric Z hit me up because he found an extra thrust somewhere and asked me if I still needed it. Like, I love that, man, because sometimes some people are lucky, they have this stuff in their area. Some people just have a hard time like getting it. So shout out to those guys and others that were like really helping each other out. Cost plus shipping. Not getting crazy or anything like that. Because some of these eBay prices that you see on there are like, it's
I want your first kid.
Make your money, but
that's part of what would be fun about the live, events and the shows and stuff. It'd be like, oh, Brian, I saw this on the table. I think you like this stuff, or Dom, are you looking for these things? When you would find stuff, and help each other out for it. Or hey, this vendor has all those Motu classics, and go sort through. I don't know what's there. That's part of what's fun is helping out also.
It does feel good, you know what I'm saying, when you do hook other people up and stuff, and they're always very appreciative, so. That was a good thing, but like to me it was crazy just to see like all the stuff that dropped. Like I'm wondering, like, was that just a planned thing, like this first of the year? Like I guess they just able to drop it, like the Studio Series stuff, like the pre-order dates on those is April 1st.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
How the hell is that shit out already? Like like it's crazy. I mean, that's the stuff I'm looking at, what I'm saying? I mean, Black Series and everything else,
Yeah, I didn't do anything on the first, but I had to go into work early on Sunday, so it's kind of like there's no traffic around, so it's easy to get around. So I was like, I'll take kind of this like long like lap in, where I kind of go down south towards Sarasota, and there's a Target. There's 2 Targets down there, and just to see, I felt a little bit compelled, and I realized, to your point, Dom, like why sometimes that just doesn't pay off because you're like, there's nothing here. The only thing I saw that morning was the Galaxy's Edge version of the Millennium Falcon, for $3.99, on a shelf. And I looked at it, and of course, that box is so gigantic. It's like a piece of furniture, and it was in pretty rough shape, and stuff. So I was like, I don't really, need to spend $400 on this just because there's nothing else around. So I left it. And then,
what's the great thing too, Gary, is like if like when you see things like that there, you probably always scan it, like price scan it, because they would clearance a lot, because that's like an website item. They don't typically carry in stores, right. So like if somebody bought it from like the website and they returned it to the store, sometimes they clearance it to get it out or get it off the shelf real quick because it's so big.
It had the marker on the bottom shelf, you know what I mean? That was like there for it too, but yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But that was it. That was all that I saw, and then yesterday, I was telling you guys before, I think we went live, just for the heck of it, I stopped in a different store after the gym because it's right in the same plaza. So I'm like, it's 10 minutes of time to walk in there, and they had 2 of those DC Batman skeleton motorcycles, I forget what they're for. Yeah, and street dated, you know what I mean? And the lady like jumped at me about that she couldn't override it and that I'd have to wait. And I was like, listen, I don't even want them for anyone. I don't want them for myself. I thought it might look good with Spawn when it hits, that Kickstarter Spawn. But I was going to get them because I'm sure someone else might want them. But I'm like, it just wasn't worth it, like relax. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you over these things. Like,
meanwhile, you see people with them already.
Yeah, I mean, well, Chuck and I had a little discussion on Facebook because he had found one also, and he's like, he's giving me shit because he's like, back in Albany, he's like, there's no problem overriding the street date up here. I was like, yeah, but you're still at the southern wall.
Basically, don't you just find something of equal price, take it to the self-checkout, scan that
That's
instead,
what people do.
the thing you want in the box?
Yeah, I think you could, but I was at the self-checkout, and it gave me the big error message, and like I couldn't even like look around, and like the lady came over right away to put in her code, and I saw the street date was like 110. Yeah,
you need to know that before you go to the stuff.
I know. I really didn't know. Like I said, I was just like, hey, there's 2 of these things here, right? And they had that 2-pack with, I don't know the characters, the Nightwing, or I don't know who they are, but they had like those 2 things there too. And
but now you know.
I know, but I was like, this bike. I'm like, the bike for $25. I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. And like I said, I was like, it's very Meatloaf inspired. If you guys ever saw that old Meatloaf album with him, like on the bike, the artwork. Yeah, right. It was like exactly what it reminded me of. My dad had that album as a kid. When I was a kid, I remember kind of like being fascinated looking at it. It's like,
that's a good ass tip, though. I don't think I would have thought to have done that.
Oh, that's what people do, dude. Yeah, they just try to find just find that $30 My Little Pony, Gary, and just grab the My Little Pony, take the motorcycle up there with you, and just bring the My Little Pony 2 times.
It's just so funny though, right? Because it's like it's just that classic meme of "shut up and take my money." You know what I mean? It's like I'm just trying to give you money for stuff. You put it out on the shelf. You would think, I don't know, but like I said, just pick and choose your battles. I'm like, it just wasn't that big of a deal. So
look at Toddy Mac street dating stuff. He's like, it's like my stuff.
Yeah,
so good. It's like, how do I get people to talk about it more?
Right. Yeah,
that's great. I won't let them buy it.
He's only got like another, 65 things in line to come out like just as quick. So,
but this is new. This is new.
I don't know.
Is there a penalty to that type of stuff though? Like, they sell it before? Are they gonna get fined? Like what? Like
really? Yeah.
Like what the hell?
No
so why
cares?
Exactly. Nobody cares. Honestly, let's be honest.
Stop making you.
Joanne, we're taking a half a star away because you sold the damn fucking Marvel Legends last week. So you're not getting a fucking silver star for the month.
Like if they get caught doing it, that they do get a fine from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Like Target will be fined or Walmart will be fined.
Why?
If they get, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you have a street date on something, don't
put it on the shelf.
Send it.
Right.
Don't send it until the fucking date.
You know what I mean?
Date,
like, it's like the Joes had a fucking January 1st release date. What did he say? Oh, we got a case of them in last night. That's how you fucking handle it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then make
don't
sure that
fucking send it if
out.
you don't want it on the shelf. Because not everybody's going to be reading the side of the box. They're just scanning a barcode and like throwing the shit on the shelf because the shelf is empty.
I mean, if I'm a retailer, I know I would want to sell the product. Sell it when you can sell it.
Get it out of my fucking store. I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to hear a funny story? You guys want to hear a funny story? So I don't go hunting like you guys say, right? I don't go toy hunting. For me is going on my phone and going on eBay and Facebook, like, honestly. But when I do need something, since I leave the house, and sometimes there's toys in the places that I go, so I decided to go to Target. What was it, yesterday? I went yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. Sure.
So, but first I went to, all right, so let me tell you the whole story. So I ordered Call of Duty for Xbox probably a good 2 weeks ago. It never showed up. It never came. What they did was they postponed my date for this weekend coming. This weekend that's coming now. And they postponed it twice already. And I got Eric, EE Prime, busting my balls. Oh, how's that Call of Duty? Because I told him, it's coming Tuesday. Then it's coming Thursday. So he must think I'm fucking bullshitting him, right? I'm not a liar. I don't bullshit, So I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm going to fucking buy it. You know what I mean? So I could have bought it from Amazon 2 weeks ago, but decided not to. Now Amazon, for some reason, it's not in stock till February. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta leave the house. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to Best Buy. So, because the Walmart by me is a fucking madhouse. Dom could attest. He's been to it. You'll never see a Walmart like this Walmart. When you guys
there's dead bodies
fucking visit.
Like in the alley.
Yo,
it's like just people run over. It's madhouse.
There's at least 2,000, 3,000 people there at one time. Like, it's just so many people, so many cars. The line is ridiculous. You spend like half hour waiting online. So anyway, I didn't want to go there, so I go to Best Buy. Best Buy is like a fucking ghost town. Like, you can't find nobody to help you. Their shelves and their stock is like, there's nothing there. I get so frustrated that, eventually I go to the front of the Best Buy and I notice that all the games are back there behind the counter. So I just fucking helped myself. I even got up on the ladder. You know that big steel ladder?
Holy
I got
shit.
right up on the fucking ladder, and then some guy came. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, nobody came to help me. I'm looking for a game. I'll be down in a second." Just like that. He
Were you
walked
wearing
right
your
away from
Ewok
me.
hat while you were doing that?
Walked away. No, I actually had even a funnier looking hat, like a big funny fucking fuzzy hat on. So anyway, fucking they have the game, but they don't have the version I need because I need it for the new fucking Series X, right?
Oh, look at you.
So now I'm like, fuck, I'm pissed off. I call my wife. I'm like, yo, they don't fucking have it. I've been here for fucking
Did you just call her to vent?
huh?
Did you just call your wife to vent?
Yeah, I called it a vent, and because I left the house and I was on a mission. So letting her know, hey, I'm gonna be a little while.
The mission continues.
The mission continues, exactly, Brian. So now I'm like, I'm going in that vicinity. There's a Walmart, which I didn't want to go to, and Target and blah blah blah. So I go to the Walmart now. So now I go to Walmart, and they have the game there too. But the thing is, they're missing that sticker. So I'm like hesitant to buy it. So I'm like, can somebody help me? Does anybody help? There's a fucking store manager there talking to, like, I guess the assistant manager, and they're talking about basically like front loading product, getting product out there. Hey, we need to sell stuff. Meanwhile, I'm standing there with a game for about 15 minutes. And I came out and I said, hey, you guys are so concerned about selling things, but I'm here wanting to buy this, but nobody can help me. Lady stopped what she was doing right then and there. And she was like, Paul, we need you. Da, 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 da. Apparently, Paul was the one to know about the video games or whatever. Listen, I left, bro. I fucking left. It was the wrong game. I go to Target now. So now I go to Target.
Wait. Can you explain to me the sticker? What's the sticker?
So they came out with this game, Brian, and I guess it works for both platforms. It works for Xbox One and it works for Xbox Series X. Okay. But I don't want to get something and then come home and it doesn't work for me. So I just want to make sure that shit says Xbox Series X on it.
It's like when you get those new washing machines that are high efficiency, you got to make sure you get the right detergent. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So now, I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? So now I go to Target. Target's not as bad as Walmart, right? But you get there and same thing. It's desolate. Nobody's there to fucking help you. Nobody. So I found the game. I got the game. But this is where it gets cool, right? So I'm like, let me go to the toy aisle. Let me hunt. These guys hunt. Let me hunt. I see a guy walk right by me. Like, right by me with the Splinter and Baxter Stockman. Right? I'm like, yo, where'd you get that? Right? And he turns around and, like, I looked at him. I'm like, yo, I know you, right? And he's like, you do? I was like, yeah, we spoke before and fucking that. Turns out I probably met this guy like 3 years ago toy hunting, but I remembered him with mask on and all because of the funny clothes he wears. Because he had on like a Star Wars hat with a bunch of pins and shit. Not everybody dresses like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my dad does that.
Once we started talking, I'm like, yo, I ain't fucking know you. He's like, so then we started talking, and he's like, yo, but he walks away. We're talking about Black Series and Hot Toys and Star Wars. It's just we're talking about the Mandalorian. It was just a cool conversation to have. I haven't been out the house in months. First fucking person I talked to about anything besides that wasn't a working, was toy related. Was cool. He goes, hey, by the way, I'm part of a toy group. And I go, yeah, me too. He goes, I'm in a Facebook group. I go, yeah, me too. He's like, come here, let me put you on, right? So he puts me to this toy group. I have my cousin Frankie's actually in this toy group. It's I'm not gonna plug him because I'm not gonna plug him, but it's a New York related toy group, right? So
hey yo, we got toys over here.
Yeah. New York toy related group.
Yo, I found a hot rod into a digger.
You ain't paying retail plus
if you don't mind posting and whatever. He's like, right now I'm taking pictures for my guys to see if they need anything. I go, I should do that too. Well, these guys do that for me, right? Like you all do that, right? So I take a picture of the Stockman. I'm like, anyone? Ace, of course, replies to me like 22 minutes later. I'm like, bro, I left, bro. Like, you have. I waited around for like 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes and I'm out. You know what I mean? If he would even text me, like by the time I was like paying, I would have went back and got it. But I was already done, you know. So I don't know how you guys deal with that. You know, I don't know if you're shopping for your family shit too and your other shit, but like, I'm not on the clock. I'm like, yo, I'm waiting to play this download this game's gonna take like 5 hours to download.
Quick segue. Do you guys? So if you guys are doing that, like I don't do it very often, but I'll make a dash for the toy. I'll take pics, send it, and then I'll slowly go up and down a couple things, maybe do a lap around the store, and then if I don't hear anything back, I'm out.
So
that's how I have to do it now.
I do the same thing, Brian. If I look, or if I think it's like frantic, I make like that quick phone call, and then it sounds like it's an emergency, right? Yeah, I did that to Dave. Like it was like the 23rd when I found the. I do that. When I found the Krang, I was like, "Yo," he's like, "Let me call you back." I'm like, "No, just really quick. Do you want this or not?" He's like, "Dave's like, I'm getting a haircut. I'll call you back." I'm like, I
did that with Jose for the Soundwave, the Netflix Soundwave. I was like, I took a picture, sent it to him. I didn't get a reply. I was like, 2 minutes. I'm like, I'm fucking calling the
motherfucker. The next time I go on a toy hunt too, and the mission continues, I'm just gonna call home to my answering machine, be like, "Hey, the mission continues." Dave, that's why I asked you. It's like, what did you do? Just call her an event? I'm like, oh, that's crap. That's right. You guys have to like call home and tell people where you're at.
I had to do that. I had to text.
I'm going to be your answer machine.
I had to text Jessica to let her know, or else she's calling me if I'm not home by a certain time.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, Jim said it right there.
I wound up going to register, and I had that toy for myself in hand, and I wound up putting it back.
Oh, for real? Huh. What, feeling it?
He's right.
I was looking at it, and I was just like, "Do I really need you?" And I was like, "No, I don't," and I put it back. And I should have just taken it and bought the one and had it just to have it for anyone, but Dave wasn't thinking. Dave was just Dave had Call of Duty on the head. He just wanted
to fuck everybody. So I was about to ask I was gonna say, why didn't you just download the game in the first place?
What do you mean, like do the digital?
Yeah.
Because I bought the one with the disc for.
You got the X.
Reason,
you got the X for the reason. Well, you would buy the digital. You would have bought the digital system.
So you still want to do disc-based stuff? Like I don't anymore. Like I thought that was me with the Blu-rays and the video games, and now I'm like, no, digital's so much easier because it's just click, 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 play, click, play, click, play, click, play. I don't have to fucking switch nothing out. Like it's a small thing. Like I get it.
If I beat video games as fast as you, I would do the same thing, but I don't. So like sometimes I go back to a game from 2 years ago and I have to re-download the whole fucking thing because I already deleted it from my.
You got to just buy the external hard. Well, I know these systems are new, so I don't know if they have that, but just get the 3 terabyte drive.
Oh, they have, they have external.
Put all your games on that. Yep.
See, that's where I go. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I would not buy an external hard drive, download my old transfer data over to it. And like I would probably never go back to that external hard drive. Like I want to give 2 shits what's on it. So. But yeah, I'm with Dave. I'm more tangible. I like the discs because that's how I was growing up. I need something.
Well,
I need something.
At any point, they can take that content away.
Shit off. I mean, that's the only downside.
Yeah. So you have that disc, you can just pop it in and play it whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's why I keep and I was late to the game on that, was getting external hard drive for the PS4. But once I did, like now I downloaded everything. Like, but perfect example, it's like the Fall of Cybertron like remaster that they have, from back in the day. That was so dope. They have a remaster for the PS4. Since Activision doesn't have the license for that game, you can't download that anymore. But I have it on my hard drive, and I'll never delete it. So if I ever want to go back and play it, like I can.
You can play it. Yeah.
But that's definitely a downfall. You just got to make sure you just get that content while it's there and available. Keep it on your hard drive. Be good. But initially, that was my thing. Like, disc, and plus the resale value of it. You can't really resell a digital because it's attached to your account.
So, but once you buy a digital, right? You can delete it. You can delete it and re-download it.
Re-download it. Yeah,
I might have to look into that. I didn't know that, and I just thought like once you buy it, that's it.
As long as it's offered. You know what I mean? Because they can take that content off at any point. So like people that bought Cyberpunk, for example,
Yeah, I know the PlayStation people got taken away, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's not on PlayStation anymore. So like if you wanted to if you I mean if you have the disc you can still play it of course, but like if you wanted the refund and all that kind of stuff and then decide 6 months later you want to buy it again, you know what I mean? It's not on there. I mean, who knows, 6 months later they might put it back up, but
I mean, I think that game was meant for more of the next gen systems, and it was released too early apparently because some of the bugs on the current gen, like the PS4 or Xbox, like it apparently wasn't working as good. Especially PS4. But look, Frank in the chat is saying that if you already own a game, you can re-download it. I've done it with many games that have their licenses expired. So I'm wondering that, like, if it's something that maybe still shows up in your games, in under your account because you own it. Like, I'm wondering if you could almost download that. Like, I thought you could. That you'd have to find it in the store and re-download it, and it would just say download because you purchased it.
Is Frank an Xbox player or a PlayStation player? Does that make a difference?
Look, he says even if
I would say Xbox. I want to say he is, but
that's interesting.
Frank knows everything.
JJ well, says in Australia they still use dial-up.
Well, I'm not going to delete my Fall of Cybertron game to find out if I could re-download it. Like,
I mean, like I have games that I used to have the disc, or I did download, and I can't get them back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I deleted them off of there, and the license isn't good anymore. And then they don't offer them. There's no way for you to get them back. I don't know. Maybe it's just the age of the games. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the pros and cons, I guess, of that system. Because to me, like, I feel like the ease of use has had me buy into like that. Like where before I was kind of not about the digital. But now, like, even it's like, oh, like I could play this game at midnight, like, on the release date. I don't have to wait till the next day till GameStop opens and buy it in person. Like, that's alluring, and you could even, and if you pre-order it, it's preloaded. So like you said, you don't have to wait those hours and hours and hours. It'll just already be there. Like,
I have a stupid question. It might be stupid, but do you need the internet in order to play these games? The internet has to be on?
Only if you're doing like online. But you have to be online to download the game. Like,
you would need to be connected to the internet to download the game, to purchase it and download it. Yeah.
No, I understand. Duh, I know that. I mean, come on. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, my internet goes down. I still have a fucking Xbox. I could put in the game and play the campaign.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
So
because I have electricity still, right?
Yeah. So
if I download it, right? And let's say I bought it digitally and there's an upgrade, that shit ain't gonna fucking work, right?
You'll still be able to play the version that you have, even if you're offline. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if only for online functions, if there's an update, you'll just be playing the latest version, not the update.
Yeah, so like games like Destiny where you have to be connected to the internet.
Well, that's
because it's an MMO, you know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, buying the disc for that game is completely fucking pointless because the disc serves one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to verify your right usage to play the game.
Because I mean nowadays most games you download, you have to, like, at least with Activision with Call of Duty, you have to sign on again. Like with
Activision. Yeah, with them. A lot of companies are doing that too.
What do you mean?
So, where you have to sign up on their, you have to sign up on their service or their server or whatever.
Not just through the online system of whatever system you're playing on. That's a little weird. Like, they shouldn't have to force you. Like, I know they would give you perks if you like sign up
does
and connect your account and do stuff like that, but they should.
These are your money grubbing giant corporate, like Activision and EA. They're notorious for nickel and diming their customers to death. I mean, there's a Call of Duty game every 6 months. You know what I mean?
And like
fucking nickel and dime the shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but look,
map
look,
packs
look,
come
look
out.
what Dave's
Four
doing.
Mac packs.
He left his house to find a physical copy.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is. You gotta be on point. Were you playing with EE Prime, Dave? And that's why he was talking shit. Like
I haven't played with him yet. Not yet. I told him I need a few days, man. I'm fucking rusty. Dom, you started playing yet?
Yeah, I played.
Online?
I got to. Yeah, online. Yeah, I do free for
Online,
all
and
and
you find
team
it
deathmatch.
kind of difficult.
I got a kill streak. I got a kill death ratio of like a 1.4 right now. So I've been doing
that's
good.
pretty hard. That means you're not doing that good.
Oh well, listen.
Yeah.
so better. Zero.
I kill. Like, listen. I'm not pulling like a 2.5. But
Hey,
I'm
if you're in the positive, okay.
So on the mobile one I was playing, it was 4. I was 4 to 1.
Fuck you, camper.
No, I wasn't. But now, like this game's hard. Like,
dude, I'm running around with my AK and blowing shit up. That's what I do.
You must have played
I'm
for a while.
gung-hoing it all the way down. I'm like,
in order to get, you must have either bought the AK or you must have fucking played for a while to get it. Because I don't even have that yet.
I think AK releases at 7 when you're at 7. So
yeah, I'm still on 4.
It's easy. It's easy to get.
Pretty sure.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm pretty sure Fenn's playing with Vinny and Jason as well.
I like the old maps. They have some old maps still in there. Like, so it's nice to play some modern warfare maps and stuff like that. So
that was good. That was why I bought the game too, because it had the older maps. I kind of knew some of them. Yeah.
The upgraded looks, they'll throw some other new stuff on the map and everything like that, and new areas and stuff. So
I haven't played Call of Duty like hardcore since Modern Warfare 2, so that's a while ago. That's like I think even like the 360 days, right?
Yeah,
that's what got me into it, was that game.
Yeah,
that game was awesome.
That was the remember the campaign starting in the airport, right, when everybody was like slaughtered in there.
Hangar.
Yep.
Yeah, that was off the hook. That was pretty off the hook. It's been a while though.
That's like the first time they ever put like a warning before the game where you had to like like accept or confirm that you're willing to see like this gory
content.
Call of content and stuff, and they basically made you check that before you started the game.
I didn't even remember that, but yeah. Like now that you say that, brought that memory.
They did
back.
it for this one too. They give you an option where you can keep the gore in or you keep the gore out. Like they give you an option to select.
And that was like, remember back in the day with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, like the Mortal Kombat. If you had, I think the Super NES version, it was
no blood.
No blood. It was like sweat.
Genesis had blood.
And the Genesis had the blood. So that was like the people that had Genesis. That was like their one claim. They could be like, "Oh, Mortal Kombat got blood."
Yeah, I got blood on my fucking games.
And the Street Fighter 2. Yeah, I remember that. That was kind of like the
you
big
go
thing.
play your nice friendly Nintendo over there.
Your family-friendly system, But of course, the SNES just overall had the definitely better games. They both had their charms for what they were. I had both. I enjoyed a lot of the games for both of them. To me, it's crazy now. You could like run an emulator with that stuff and basically play every fucking game ever on those systems on just like a small amount of like hard drive space.
Yep. Yeah.
Definitely check that out for the people interested in those old school classic.
Did anybody get a chance? I'm going off topic. Did anybody get a chance to see the new Star Wars video with Mace Windu?
Oh,
so you know the guys that did the Vader short movie.
Yeah,
and Obi-Wan.
They did a Mace Windu one.
The alternate.
It's the continuation like of that. It's like a 3-minute long video.
Huh.
It's dope. You guys should watch that shit.
Oh, I didn't even know that existed. Is that you're saying from the
watch it
same
tonight.
people that did that Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight from Episode 4?
Yeah.
Like that extended fight? Was that what you're talking about? Same people?
Yeah.
Okay, that was dope. Like you know what I'm saying? That came out like
I like
a year
that fight.
ago.
That fight was cool.
Yeah,
Many
it's
people, but now they got they got Mace Windu back in that.
nice. So they actually got Samuel L. You know what? That's cool. Like when like I remember seeing like a Punisher like short film, right? That they got
Yeah,
Tom
Laundry
Jane.
Day.
Oh yeah, Dirty Laundry or some shit like that. It was called.
I don't know if it's him per se. It's CG, like his face, but it does look like him. But
So is this the Star Wars Theory guy, Dave?
Yeah.
No, it's not the Stars. That's not him. Star Wars. Theory.
He
was the one that posted the video on the.
He posted a Mace Windu video 2 weeks ago. Is that the one?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, but he's not the one that did that Vader Obi-Wan fight. That was someone else for sure.
That was someone else for sure. Because he did like another Vader one that he did, like more drama oriented one.
We can't watch that. Can we watch it?
No.
Let's not.
You all watching it though, you motherfuckers.
Oh,
you motherfuckers on your phone right now.
You had to mention it and see. And look at
JD's watching it.
If I don't go find it now,
we only have nobody's watching anymore. Everybody's watching.
Those are
our viewership just went down.
Yeah.
That the Vader one, that was him. That was Star Wars Theory.
Now he made another video, but that Star Wars Kenobi reenactment was not him. That was someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And he's right. Brian is always right.
Well, yeah, all right.
You know what I was really surprised and happy to see? Motu at Target finally. So I know it was a first release at Walmart with 2020. But
I mean, were you happy to see it? You're like, look at all this shit that I wasted all that time chasing down.
Yeah, it's nice to see at another store that you don't have to go to fucking Wally World to go find every time. So, but it's so funny because they start with the third wave. That infamous second wave with the Scare Glow is going to be very hard to get. I'm assuming because my order got canceled from Walmart.
You can just order it on BBTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Scare Glow's on there,
and it's $1 more. Like I heard, it's not even as expensive as markup as other things. Yeah. I might do that because it's I can see that wave not showing, seeing the light of day in any fucking brick and mortar. But
are those like the classic Motu figures that are coming out? Like they have the classic look to them? Yeah. I mean, that's cool if the BBTS has them with not too much of a markup. Like I got I missed the Sandstorm like pre-order, that G2 like Sandstorm. I'm not really getting like a lot of the G2 stuff, but I missed it and I was like, well, BBTS had it, pre-ordered it, and they came through. It's only like $1 or $2 more than what it was on Pulse or whatever, so that's not bad. So
nice.
Yeah, that Motu stuff, man. I used to collect some of that stuff, but my brother had me beat back in the day when it came to that because he's the one that really had like the Snake Mountain. I mean, I remember having Castle Grayskull, but he had like all those play sets. He had all the figures. Like I think remember Prince Adam was like a mail away or something. Like he even had that shit. I was always fucking impressed when I went to his house. So he put my he had put my Motu collection to shame, but I beat him with Transformers and stuff. So I guess
there you go. Fuck your Motu.
Yeah. So there was a couple of shows that dropped over the weekend. I think I saw a lot of people posting about Cobra Kai. I believe that was season 3. We were talking about that a little bit offline before we went live, and then Earthrise. Also dropped December 30th. Did any of you guys get a chance to watch either of those series?
Earthrise already dropped?
Yeah, I watched them both.
I got something to do tomorrow.
I'm halfway through Cobra Kai. I haven't watched Earthrise yet.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, JD.
No, you go ahead.
I still have to finish Siege, so I haven't even finished Siege. So
damn.
What's wrong with you? Even I finished that.
Come on, Tom. Watch it on the 1.5 speed.
Every time,
I hear that's the speed to do it.
Yeah, every time I watch it, like every time I fall asleep. I fall asleep halfway through it. So I'm sorry.
I just want to say it's nice to watch Cobra Kai at the same time everyone else is, because I was watching it on YouTube, and then when it dropped on Netflix, everybody's like, "Oh my god, you see this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it like long time ago."
Yeah, because it was weird. You had to have that YouTube. That was like the allure for YouTube Red, right? When they first kind of dropped that.
Yeah, I got the 30-day trial, dude. I never looked back. I was like, "Fuck commercials."
No commercials.
Never again. Never again. Yeah.
So, I've thought about it but it's and I do watch YouTube, but it's whatever. I can skip most of these shits after 5 seconds. I don't need to.
Yeah, but now, like when you, I don't know how it works for you Android people, but at least for an iPhone, I can minimize the YouTube app and have it play while I'm using my phone.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that already too on Android.
Oh, well, fuck you. Well.
Brian definitely brings up a good point, because that Cobra Kai came out on what was it, YouTube Red, and it, like, nobody cared about it. Like, nobody, like, it wasn't as hot as it is now.
Subscribe to YouTube.
Because it was YouTube
Red,
but
they eventually did release it on regular YouTube after a while. So, like, I remember I watched it eventually when they let it all go on.
I think that's
regular
when
YouTube.
Yeah, they made it free. They made it available.
Yeah, because they before even then they offered like the first 2 episodes on regular YouTube to get you into the show. Yes. Then you would have to get the regular. Yeah, so
but
then eventually
doing it.
But eventually they let when the season was like the series was way gone, and it wasn't even being talked about. They eventually let it go on regular YouTube, and that's when I caught up with it and watched it. But only when it hit Netflix, dude, it just got really fucking popular.
Yeah. I mean, because everybody, I guess, has that as opposed to YouTube Red and stuff. So, I mean, season 3, I didn't watch it. I don't care about spoilers. We don't have to talk spoilers or whatever. But this is a show, like, I watched the first season and it was very enjoyable. So if they kept that same type of quality with season 2 and 3, because I haven't seen
it's still raw. It's great. Yeah, I just love the fact that it's so real.
Fun. Yeah,
it's just fun. I mean, it's not watered down. That's what I mean.
Listen,
I mean,
Johnny is that whole show to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it's true.
He is the whole show.
It's true.
He cracks
Put
me
it
up
on the internet.
Yeah. It's all that stuff. It's all the stuff that he doesn't get. That stuff makes me laugh.
Yeah. He tried to return a laptop to a pawn shop. He's like, the battery ran out. I didn't go buy a new one. He's like, no, you plug it in. You said it was wireless.
Come with a wire. You said it was wireless. That was the best.
But
the guy didn't even continue. The guy didn't even want to explain. He was like, okay, whatever.
I do want to mention real quick though. I tried to make a post in the realm about it because I thought it was an interesting topic, but it got all accosted by anti-maskers. But so everything that I've been watching like this year is just shit from the past or shit that happens in a galaxy far, far away. Sci-fi, just bullshit. So this is like the first present day, like on Earth show that I've watched this year, except for maybe The Boys, even though that's kind of out there. You know what I mean? But it's like, but The Boys came out, months ago. But like now, like I'm watching this show and I see the people in school, I see the people going to the car dealership, I see the people practicing karate, and I'm like, the fact that no one's masking or social distancing, like it really started to hit me now. Like this isn't like when this isn't real. Like, it just doesn't. It seems out of place. And I thought I brought this up, in the beginning of the year when this started happening. Like, when's it going to start feeling weird to you people or to anybody? Like, when the stuff on TV is not representative of current times as we currently expect it to be, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's just like I got over it, but it just seemed weird. I was like, wow, this is a weird feeling.
Yeah, well, I was watching, like, me and my wife are into Blacklist, and we caught up on that series too, Brian. Mm-hmm. And like I said, they're starting season 8, and nobody is wearing masks in the show. It's a more current. Current. It's supposed to be happening in today time and everything like that. And there was like, it's just not our reality that we're seeing out there right now. So
because it doesn't bother me when I'm watching stuff that I know was released a year ago. I'm like, I know how things were like a year ago. But it's like, wow, it's odd.
it'd be interesting in some of those other sitcoms, even like if Friends was still going on, to see how they would handle it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would they like, you know, have the mask in what's that coffee shop that they fucking
Central
go to? You know
Perk,
what I'm saying?
and no, they
Yeah,
couldn't go anymore. You wouldn't be able to go because it'd be closed.
exactly. But like, you know, would they you know, would they have a show, you know, resembling, you know, that type of situation?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know if it would ever feel weird to me, but like I don't know. Like I don't even know if they would even like try to tackle that thing in a fictional setting or a fictional show. You know, like probably just to be like, hey, you know, this is something to watch to kind of get your mind off all that. But definitely, when watching shows taking place in a kind of like a current era, like modern era, like it is something that's probably gonna stick out just because of what our day-to-day reality is. So, you know. Cobra Kai, though, I'm definitely interested in checking that out. It should be an easy catch up because that's another thing that I really liked about the first season is that the episodes were short. They're only about a half an hour,
30 to 40 minutes long. Yeah.
And 13 episodes a season, right? So it's like a pretty
10,
easy.
10.
Yeah, I think it's 10. Yeah, it's pretty
10.
quick.
Yeah.
See? So you could blow through them pretty quick, you know. And it was the same thing with the Earthrise, you know, the same thing, 22-minute episodes. Like if it was a show that you would watch on broadcast with commercials, usually what it is, 22 minutes, and the 6 episodes, it was just basically like a movie, like a second part of a sequel.
Like they know what they're doing, dude. It's like I love watching this. Like I like just watching a single episode. The last 5 minutes of that episode, they're like. They give you that like another oh shit moment to where you're like, oh I'm fucking watching it again.
And then the music drops at the end, the few seconds at the end. It gets you hyped for the next one. Yeah.
I'm like, let's go, keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
And Netflix is like, are you still watching? Yeah, I'm still watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still
watching, motherfuckers.
I hate that, Brian.
Play the next episode already.
Right, exactly.
Brian, you finished it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I watched it. What? Sunday, I guess. Saturday and Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday.
I'm on it.
My birthday. Birthday was Meatloaf and Cobra Kai. That's what it was.
That's a good combo right there.
Yeah, that and I finished leveling all these shelves behind me. God, that was brutal. Tore my hands up. Don't try to level shelves with heavy toys on them because I didn't clean the toys off.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Turning those little things on the bottom to like make the feet, you know. Whatever.
I was gonna say,
Did they go off level when you rearranged them, or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
gotcha, okay.
The floor in this room is not level.
Gotcha.
I remember when the guy was laying the hardwood floor in here when I moved in 10 years ago. He's like, this is a weird floor. He's like, you're gonna have some issues. I was like, well, we'll see. But, and I zip tie all the shelves together too, so they're like kind of one big solid unit. You know, because all those keeps the mythics from falling over. They don't rattle, I guess. There's no mythics on there. There's one. I don't know where I'm going to put my mythics. I have to figure some shit out this year.
The sales.
Talking about shows, did you guys watch Wonder Woman? Did you catch the tease?
I watched that too.
Wonder Woman?
See, now
It took me all day.
Controversy about
Dude, it
that.
took me all day because I kept pausing it and like, all right, what's going on this computer screen? And I was like, all right, let me click on this for a little bit longer. I'm like, all right, that's enough of that. Let me go back over here.
Was it that bad? Really? Like,
it wasn't holding my. The funny thing is like, and like a lot of things don't hold my interest anymore. So I won't give Wonder Woman that kind of issue. But I was interested in the premise when it first started out. I'm like, oh, this is the MacGuffin. Okay, this could be interesting. And also, when we first, we actually watched it live on the show. Remember, we watched that trailer and got all flagged and whatnot. Like that trailer, like all it did was have 80s music in it, and then they showed Steve Trevor. I'm like, well, the fucking guy died in World War I. How the hell is he back? The way they brought him back, I was like, I'm good with this. I like this.
Yeah,
I kind of understand
it.
this. I'm digging it. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, throw this in there, throw this in there, throw this. I was like, oh, it's almost like they have no idea if another one of these movies is coming, so they got to keep. And then the whole villain thing at the end, like his whole master plan, it was just too much. I was like, but when she was lassoing lightning, I was like, yeesh. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's where you draw the line.
I was just like, I don't know. I mean, DC superheroes
This
are
girl
like way more fantastic than Marvel superheroes, you know, from a superhero perspective. But I was just like, this doesn't need to be here. Like, this whole shit where she learns to fly does not. Do we really need this? Like, no, this movie doesn't need this in here. But I don't know. You know, the other movie was good until the ending as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's hard. Yeah, they follow a formula for superhero stuff, and
Right.
you know, I mean, I think from a breaking the mold standpoint, I think a lot of Marvel kind of breaks that a little bit, where it's not always just flat out a good guy versus a bad guy type of thing.
Yeah.
There's, you know, they mix it up a little bit. Of course, with team up movies, it's easy for them to do that. But when you have these one-on-one superhero movies, it just got a little ridiculous. I did like that gold armor though. That was really kind of snazzy. I thought that was pretty cool.
You gonna get the SH Fig Arts?
No. The funny thing is, like, I dug out the Fig Arts one that I had because I was tempted to get the newer version, and then after seeing the movie, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good with this.
Man, I mean, I was just seeing.
I enjoyed it.
You liked it? Yeah.
Not like I didn't. I'm like when I heard like I know Ace like when I was like he like gave me a warning. He's like, oh, it's garbage, and I'm like, okay, let me just watch it. And we watched it, and I actually enjoyed it. I felt with like the Steve Trevor character. I think they were trying to capture some of the fire from the first movie, and I understand that because I really enjoyed both those two characters in the first movie. So to get that again in the second movie, and I agree with Brian. Like the concept, I believe. I was like, okay, this is doable. You know, I didn't really feel like, oh, that's garbage. You know, the lassoing of the lightning bolt was like, you kind of had to believe it. But
yo, she's the daughter of Zeus, bro.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I got it.
They needed to reiterate that because I had already forgotten that she was the daughter of Zeus. So.
Like she got up there by lassoing a fucking a commercial airliner first, and then then she continued lassoing whatever was in the fucking sky, and obviously the only thing else is clouds and lightning. So
jeez,
wow.
But it was
lassoing clouds too.
Supposedly, I guess you're supposed to believe that she was flying. I don't know whether they came out saying that she is like she does. It does run through a dialogue where Steve, when she was talking to Steve and his love for flying and how he thinks it's like wonderful, she hears it over her head, But I think she just was falling gracefully. I don't know whether they came out like she was flying because she was definitely lassoing things to get to where she needed to go. But I don't know.
Yeah, she did use it to kind of give her momentum, but I think after a certain point, she was actually flying.
Like,
she was pulling like some Superman moves.
He said because in the comics,
they didn't show her
back and forth, like
it's back and forth. I know.
Yeah.
But
she had an invisible jet.
She had an invisible jet back in the day, and then more modern continuity had her flying. That
invisible jet moment was nice. Like I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't like too crazy. Like they stole a fucking jet, and she has the ability to make things invisible. So. She does I understood that part. I enjoyed it. It was a nice moment in the movie. But I understand the villain. I understand the concept. But it's just to me, I understand he was trying to I don't want to spoil anything. That's the thing. The ending for me was kind of hard to grasp. But after I talked through it with my wife, I was like, okay, I understand this bullshit. Yeah, what does he say?
You need an intervention. What?
Why that flying scene took 10 minutes just for her to go 2 miles down the street.
So the more I kept seeing everybody's post. This is trash. This is trash. This is trash. I didn't like the first one. The first one was trash. And then hearing you guys talk about it makes me want to see it even less.
Yeah.
Wow.
JD,
I am not interested at all.
Yeah, next to it. I never saw either one. So
it wasn't in the first part of it. I'm watching. I was like, these guys are way too harsh with this movie. And then as it went on, I was like, Oh. 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 Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they're not.
I was thinking the same thing because I think like I was seeing the reviews, or I guess like some reviews that were coming out like from the critics before the movie came out on the 25th, and it was like, oh, like it seems like it's a good movie. They made another home run because they seem to be talking it up, and then it was like seeing all the guys that day like this is trash, like JD said. And I'm like, man, my friends are misogynistic.
Wait, what other
like
what
what the
other
hell
home run?
going on?
You said another home run. I don't
Because the Wonder Woman, generally the original Wonder Woman movie is praised critically, like what I'm saying, like mostly like it and stuff like that. They consider it a good DC film.
I mean, I liked it until the end. The big bad fight was just a little ridiculous.
I didn't like Ares with the human face and the mustache. That's what I didn't like.
They're just stupid CG fuckfest now. These superhero movie endings, so it just kind of stinks that way. But
CG fuckfest.
They are. It's like, let's see what we can do with computers now, everybody. Sit back and relax.
What are you?
We know the popcorn's empty at this point.
The actor,
sorry.
hey, listen,
the end of the movie.
I need you to fucking jump like 5-10 stories at a time. I can't do that. Get back in the fucking gym and jump fucking 10 stories high.
Have you guys ever seen those pitch meetings on the YouTubes? The guy does the pitch meetings for the different movies. They make fun of it.
Yeah.
The one they put out for this movie is hilarious. It was great.
I gotta watch that one. I love that
they
one.
They go into the point. It's like, what do you call it? It's like, wait a minute. So, Steve Trevor's spirit enters some other guy's body, and they're like, yeah. When like, and she has sex with him. It's like, yeah. Well, isn't that a little gray area? Like, there's just kind of funny. What happens to this other guy? Oh, we don't really know. Kind of thing. It's just kind of funny.
I think I saw something like that today because it was like, it's true. Like they said, they brought Steve back, but they were like, what happened to this guy? He had a life. He had a job. Like what happened?
She actually runs like at the end, like she runs into that guy. Like, but that's what Brian's saying. It's kind of weird because she did have sex with that guy. He doesn't even know it.
He banged Wonder Woman and doesn't know it. Damn,
doesn't even know it, dude. Doesn't even know it.
But I also like, that first movie was like a fish out of water type of story too, kind of like the first Captain America. Excuse me.
Yes.
The second Captain America, but because she's like in modern times and like, how's all this work and this type of stuff, and so this was kind of like they did it again because all of a sudden he shows up from the past in the 80s and he's like, what's all this stuff? He thought a trash can was a modern work of art type of thing. And, I thought that was pretty well done. It's kind of fun because they were making fun of the 80s, and I kind of really like that. Yes. It was kind of cool.
I like that whole scene. Like, I love their whole, their just the relationship between the two and her walking through, trying to get him caught up with everything that's changed.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're having that funny dialogue and everything.
Yeah.
So.
And you can't help but feel good because she's been alive for how many years now? And the guy that she misses so long, came back. So it's like, I was kind of happy for her. It's like, oh, isn't that great?
And there, don't get me wrong, when she has to let him go again, it's kind of, it's kind of dramatic.
Spoiler.
But
ruined the whole fucking movie for me.
Yeah, but you don't know what she has to do that.
You don't know. You don't know, Dave. It's a story. It's a story. Yeah. You can follow it. It definitely, it's not like it doesn't have many major holes in it and everything. I thought it was like, at the end with what he was doing and how he was, how he was touching everybody and getting his wishes. That was kind of, weird, but you have to follow that because it's hard to explain without spoiling it. But
I'll peep it.
It's a good watch.
Yeah. Seeing all the comments, it did make me be like, I don't know if I want to watch this now. Like, I was actually trying to search for like a HBO Max deal, get the free month or whatever, just so I could watch it. Yeah. But I guess they smartened up because they changed the deal to get 6 months for like 25% off, but you had to pay So, but it sounds like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just wait till Justice League drops.
Justice League, yeah,
because that's what I'm really.
And Gal Gadot still gives a good performance. It's just, it's just the story's a little weird. It's a little wonky. Gets a little tired.
Yeah.
Wes said DC should stick to animated.
Yeah.
And it's funny that he says that because HBO Max just loaded a whole bunch of additional DC movies in recently. I finished watching Gotham by Gaslight tonight, and dude, I was watching that, and like in the first 10 minutes or whatever, I see what I see. I'm like, there's a kid. Let me pause this, and I was like, oh, rated R. I was like, shit.
What's that one called?
Gotham by Gaslight. It's based on an old comic book. The only thing about that is like to me the animation, like I'm not a big fan of the art direction like in that one, but I watched it and it's good. Like and he's right, Wes is right. Like DC with the animated stuff,
animation is it's old.
Usually, yeah.
It's really good. So I give them that for sure. I'm looking forward to the Snyder cut for this Justice League. Like you're seeing so many things, so it's like, all right, let's just get to it and get it already. And speculation on whether they're gonna try to maybe continue, and I guess it's just gonna be based off the success of this thing when it drops. Did you guys hear the rumors? Like they were saying something about like a Trinity movie too: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, just doing something with them three.
Didn't they do that one already?
Well, BVS,
but there's gonna be another one.
Just like where they're all featured equally though. Like
where they just used dropped footage from the original Justice League that he made and just make a movie out of that. Yeah. Or I mean, is Ben coming back? Are they gonna do this, or are they just gonna do something different? Just
supposedly, they not too many details, but I thought that's the gist that I got, that it was gonna be these three, like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill.
Dude, I'd like to see
that. Get the guy that did the Joker. Get him to fucking do this shit.
The
Joaquin?
The Joaquin Joker?
No, the
writer-director of that. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Good, nice little standalone period piece.
Oh, as opposed to Snyder, you mean?
Anybody, as opposed to anybody else. Because they can't get this shit right. They can't.
Well, the thing is that you could see, because Wonder Woman was popular, like Aquaman did well. So now it's like they sort of want to keep certain aspects of it and throw some of it out, But man, listen, I think the audience is sophisticated enough to realize there's a multiverse, and you could have a Ben Affleck Batman and now a fucking Michael Patton Batman or whatever that dude's name is, So.
Oh yeah, the Michael Patrick. Robert Patrick. Is that still a thing? Is that happening?
That's happening.
That's happening. I read some shit that he was like unhappy filming or something. Like I just saw a headline. I didn't read the article, but I'm like, oh, here we go.
I'm unhappy.
Fucking
those Twilight tears.
I don't like this. I don't like this $30,000 that they're giving me.
Actually, like if you watch the Lighthouse, it's a really fucking bizarre movie.
But that's what I heard about. Fucking good. Like that, if you judge him by if you know him from the Twilight movies, you're probably gonna try to shit on him. But they said he's done a lot of other good things that show his range as an actor. So listen, fucking people said the same shit about Heath Ledger before the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
And those same people are now, oh no, Heath Ledger's my Joker. Heath Ledger's my Joker.
He's my Joker, man.
I'll wait to see it. I'll pass judgment like when I see it. You know what I'm saying? It looks all right. I'm kind of digging it. Like I feel like sometimes you see stills and you feel like it's like, this looks a little weird. But then you see a trailer and you see it with the effects and the lighting and everything. Then it changes your whole mood about the thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I like it because he's Batman before the fancy gimmicks, right? He's just learning shit out, kind of stuff.
That's what
I like. That he looks like he's like he has an attitude, he's like not taking no shit.
Oh, that's right. There was that scene where he like punched the crap out of
someone.
Doesn't
stop punching it, dude.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm vengeance.
So I don't know. I mean, I only know so much about Batman. Since you guys are talking about him, maybe you guys could answer this for me. It's something I've always kind of wanted to know. So, for example, like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, right? I've heard that that's not necessarily the Joker, right?
it's just a different take on the character because it's sort of like an origin story, but you can't say this is the definitive origin story of the Joker because
Right.
you have a Jared Leto Joker, you have a Heath Ledger
Right.
Joker, and it's not the same. Like but for this standalone, like hey. Like you're just telling a story of this guy that happened to have, just go down
So
this path.
he's done. He's done. That's
No.
it. He's not going to be Joker again.
It really wouldn't make sense, for
Wouldn't,
them
right?
to do anything else other than this. To me, I felt like that movie worked as just a one and done. Like,
I thought so too. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
But then you got like I don't know, the kid, the dude that plays Joker in the show, the TV show,
Gotham.
Gotham, right?
yeah.
You had twins, right, in that show, basic necessarily playing. You didn't know which one was going to be the Joker. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, because
They allude- yeah.
because what they did was like they weren't calling him the Joker, so that's like they're kind of just like alluding that it is him, and then that spirit, that whatever was making him fucking be like that or act like that. I think it was jumping or like wasn't it affecting different people? Like what I'm
Right,
saying,
so-
making them act like the Joker.
So is that a thing in DC? Is that just in that show?
There's
I think it was in that show, Brian.
Just that
I
show.
might be wrong. But I think it was in that show because they didn't have the rights to use Joker.
yeah,
They had
DC
to work a way around it.
Yeah,
in
they
that
have an
show.
embargo. They have like
Oh.
an embargo with certain characters where they don't want them being used. Like that's why you didn't see like Bruce as Batman, and they made it a prequel show because of the films and everything with those projects going on. They didn't want it to be like a Batman show. Like it can't be Batman. You can't show Batman. But you're using the characters like the villains. It was fine. Like any villains that weren't actively going to be used in films, they were like you could use for the TV show. But somebody like the Joker, they were like no, like what I'm saying. But they did a character like the Joker, and they were trying to like allude to it that it was the Joker, but they just weren't calling him the Joker. Like so. I don't know why they do
basically-
that because they shoot themselves in the foot. Like if the Warner Brothers, if this is your property, it shouldn't fucking matter if it's TV or a movie. Like, do what's gonna be successful. Like
Yeah, essentially they're they're all over the place. It's a big fucking mess. Instead of making like one cohesive world, and like Marvel fans would be like, "Oh, well, DC's just biting off what they're doing," but it would make sense
Well, listen, DC
rather than having like 10 different universes going on at the same time.
see,
what I mean? And
but Marvel's about to get into that game, bro, with Doctor
Yeah, they
Strange.
yeah, but they're gonna do it right.
Yeah, but look, so like this is the thing. The thing that I like, and what DC did, and I'm pretty sure none of you guys watch Crisis from the Arrowverse or whatever, but they did, with that story, they basically validated every piece of fiction like from DC that they've ever done. The 66 Batman, the 89 Batman movie, like all these TV shows, because that they almost have a lock on that concept of the multiverse. They don't, and you're going to see it with Marvel, but DC has always done that, always had that concept around of different universes and different this and different that, and that Arrowverse crossover. They had even that fucking that shitty ass Birds of Prey show that lasted one season, from like 10 or 12 years ago. They even validated that, like saying that was a certain Earth, and that shit got left out. And in the last one, they had a cameo of the Ezra Miller Flash from the Justice League. He met the TV Flash, the Barry Allen Flash. So it's showing you, hey, that is a universe that exists too. So they could do stuff like that. That gives them the door to tell any kind of story they want, and it doesn't have to necessarily fit and be like what Marvel's doing in one big, huge cinematic universe. Even though they were trying to do it with these films, but they failed. They failed. Ultimately.
The other problem would be is like, well, I mean, maybe not what they're not depicting is what you're explaining. You know what I mean? They didn't go to the lengths to explain, like in anything that they put out. They're not putting that out there. That
Yeah, because it's where Marvel came in. It's a cohesive kind of thing. They've been doing a storyline on a linear scale. Now with Endgame, they broke it up into this, obviously there's going to be multiverse and different worlds and different timelines and all that stuff. So they're about to get into that, and I guess from your point of view, JD, due to the fact that they had a cohesive linear backstory that they started from, it kind of seems like it's more put together when they go into this.
It's like it's it's the way I feel about Kathleen Kennedy in Star Wars. You know what I mean? It's it shows a lot of laziness and not that they don't know the direction that they're taking the franchise.
Well, that's the thing with DC. It wasn't a grand plan from the beginning. Like even with their extended universe of movies, it almost seemed like they were trying to play catch up with the MCU. But the MCU's just been, since 2008, since that first Iron Man, they've had their plan. They've had their ducks in a row. And they're going to do it the same thing with this multiverse concept, introduce it to the audience in a way that they're going to understand it. Mm-hmm. That's another thing too. Like a lot of these Disney Plus shows are imminent, right? We're going to get WandaVision soon in like a week or two.
Winter Soldier and Falcon.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think it's coming out
Loki,
in like March. Loki. So it's going to be cool to see all that stuff. I was going to cancel Disney Plus because I felt like I wasn't really watching it much, but I'm like, now that
get good. It's going to get good. Yeah.
I'm like, let me keep it. I paid for the other year, another year. So lots to look forward to, man. Lots to look forward to. But, so I guess we could start wrapping up and stuff. Being an anniversary show, I was gonna, I got a little, something to give away. I'm not gonna say what it is, you know what I'm saying, but I think I might just throw a question to anybody that might still be hanging out there in the chat. Whoever answers it correctly will win a little prize. You know what I'm saying? From me. Ooh. So I'll throw it out there. And I don't know if anybody else has anything else. So if you do, hey, think of a number between something 30 and, make the chat figure it out or something. But so for me, my question, so Chat Squad, pay attention. But like I said, Earthrise just recently dropped on Netflix. A lot of us are Transformers fans here. So this is just going to be a very easy trivia question. In which episode did Galvatron make his cameo in Earthrise?
Wow, that's hard.
Because a lot of people, if they just watched it straight, you might not have been paying attention.
That's true. Yeah.
Just binge watching it and stuff. So whoever answers that first, hit me up, slide up in my DMs, and you'll get a little prize. So give them some time. Brian, you said you got something too? They're throwing the numbers in.
Yeah, there. I got one. Now this is an even harder question.
Ooh, yeah. I feel like
you're a long-time listener, you might be able to pull this out. So my shelves that I use for my display are from IKEA. What is the type of shelf that I'm using?
Oh, I know because I looked them up.
You're not eligible, Dave. You can't.
I know.
Did someone get yours, Jose? Did they get?
Yeah, I believe so. But I'm gonna double check YouTube because I got the chat running here on the side. But I want to make sure, I get the right person that answered first. So let me see. And it looks like we got a winner. It's Maya Dawn Fisher.
Maya Dawn Fisher.
Woo! Slide up in my DMs. I got something for you.
Oh.
Now, if Maya had already won, does she get to win more than once?
No, nobody ever gets to win more than once.
No. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna dictate that, but I would say no.
Did Maya answer yours right?
Maybe. I won't. Spelling doesn't count. I'll take it.
I mean, you did kind of steamroll it there before he announced the winner.
Yeah, he did. She did.
No, you did.
What was
the question? I don't even remember what the question was.
Why don't you reveal? Like, did you get a second response that was correct by somebody, Brian? No.
Nah, once they answer, that's it. Everybody's gonna answer.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised we're not getting like a swarm. And Dust is just pushing buttons here, calling them the Jetsons. Well, screw it. Maya answered like 5 minutes ago with the answer. So yeah, screw it. Our fault for not doing a very good
There
giveaway.
you go, Maya. That's what you get for paying attention.
That's right. Paying attention.
Shit.
So, Maya, you get the. You're gonna love this, which I don't think you will, but you get the Endor Collection Black Series.
There's no Ewok in there. I'm good.
Oh, whoa.
No Ewoks. Han, Luke, and Leia.
Damn, bro.
Man, that's a lot better than my prize.
Hey, shout out
Brian,
shout out to buying duplicates and not realizing.
Pretty nice. All right. Did anybody else have anything? I don't think so. I'm not putting pressure on anybody.
I'm looking around right now. Like, what the
We're
fuck
gonna
did
get-
I give away?
Yeah, but before we sign off, man, I just want to thank everybody that's been watching the show the past 3 years. You know, we've been doing this together like a lot longer than the 3-year anniversary that we're celebrating tonight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have been a part of the show when it was the ROC hangout and stuff like that. I really love doing this show every week with these guys. It's been a blast. And for everybody that's come along for the ride, we really appreciate it, and we love you for it. You know, thanks for supporting everything that we do here in the realm, and this show here in particular on Tuesday nights. So we thank you for that. You know, without any further ado, we'll get some where you at. We'll wrap up, and of course, we'll be back with a brand new episode. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Right.
Here next week. So, with that said, let's go around the yard, get some where you at. It's Brian Brink. I'll start with you, brother.
At Brink Lizer on Instagram. At Brian Brink in the realm of cooks. I feel like I post there way too often. I didn't post tonight's meal, which is very interesting, but also put me directly to sleep. And obviously, Enter the Realm here, breaking the mold on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. Pushing buttons, hosting, making shows go online and offline. Damn, that's where you can find me.
Nice. All right, Dave.
Yeah, you could find me here on Tuesdays. Energon Addict on Instagram. I want to follow up what Jose said. Thanks for everybody that's stuck with us for the past 3 years. Continue to do so. We're always looking for topics. I always ask for topics. Drop them in. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. We have tried different things over the past 3 years. If you've noticed, we've tried trivia games, all type of fun things. We're gonna keep trying things out. You know what I mean? Keep it spicy. Keep it. You know, you never know what you're gonna get when you get a
Never know what
Tuesday
you're
night.
gonna get.
But you know, it does help when we do get some kind of ideas and support. So if you got any, just drop them in. You know. So that's all I gotta say. Thanks again for watching.
Nice.
All right, G Money.
Yeah, Gary Allen in the Facebook groups, and I am trying to get some activity back in the ROC wellness and health group that we've got. So I posted a few things. We're not doing a contest. I'm not doing a weight loss challenge. It's really just for now, just like we've got other interests, you know, to be supportive and help people with whatever their goals might be.
We got the first picture of Gary in front of the mirror. Yeah, buddy.
Yo, Gary, I gotta cut you off, bro. I wanted to make fun of Dom for a second. So when you said, no, we're not doing any contests this year, Dom, you gotta stay fat for another year, motherfucker.
That's all about.
I gotta lose this weight, dude. I'm fucking breaking records this year. 2020, like, dude, the potato
Dom's
salad.
like elastic only stretches so far.
Yeah, dude.
Those
definitely
homework picnic lunches, just
them picnic baskets. I tell you, Gary.
Nice.
It was good eats in the afternoons here at the Grasso house.
Nice.
All right, Dominic.
You can find me in the groups, Dominic Grasso. I just wanted to know what the guy said. We're here doing this show 3 years. I'm so happy to meet these guys and just call them my friends and put out a show for you guys to enjoy. And I echo what Dave said. Like, you know, drop whatever, you know, if you got a topic, guys, you want to share. we like to get more, definitely more interactive with the chat, and get you involved with some topics, and we're looking for that, looking going forward with that in this year, and we're, as the world is opens up, again, and we get more together, we're going to have crazy, wacky stories, and always come out, if you're available to do so, meet us, and hang out with us, have a drink. We're a group of guys that are welcome all that, and we love to enjoy and share stories, and basically make experiences, and so we can chat them up here in the show and stuff. So, but thank you.
Nice. All right, JD.
BTM, you're 3 now.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes, mommy.
Make a wish.
It's actually.
I don't know. I can't really follow all that up, but yes, thank you very much to everyone. Like Dave and Dom, everybody said, suggestions are more than welcome, and you just keep listening. We'll keep doing stuff
what we
here, Yep, keep doing what we do. But you can find me, JD Brocious, in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram, Xbox Live, Shelf Gravy tomorrow. Yep. And also on Facebook and Instagram. And we have a YouTube that has like 16 followers. But
keep it going.
We're trying. But yeah, and Tuesday nights here, and opposite Wednesdays on Figure Bank.
Voice. All right, guys. That's for myself. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at HarricanBX. ETR every single Monday night, 8 p.m. on this channel, here with my bros every single Tuesday here on BTM. And check out Verbally Challenged with HarricanBX on all audio platforms. Back for you here in 2021. Shout out to the chat squad once again. We love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to check out the rest of the shows that are part of the Cool Table Network. You can find that page on Facebook along with links to all those other awesome podcasts. As JD said, Shelf Gravy tomorrow night, 9:30, on this channel. And check out the Nerds Have Spoken guys on Thursdays. They drop Thursdays. Check out the ladies on the Total Package podcast also on Thursdays. And Nerd Life Syndicate right here on this channel around 9-ish right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. All right, guys.
Real quick, the masterpiece, or shit piece, is not gone. Nick is putting out some new content on his own not his own, but the original MPSP channel. So for those of you who might still be subscribed, he posted something last night about upcoming comics and stuff like that. So so give that a watch too.
Yeah, I got to see some of that, and I might have heard from a little birdie. He might drop something tonight too. But maybe
Never know.
So check all that stuff out, guys. Once again, thank you for supporting us these past 3 years. We love you. Please continue to tune in, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And from the rest of the cast, take care, stay safe, peace out. All right, we'll see you next week.
Awesome.
High fives,
everybody.
High fives.
Later, guys.
Peace. Yep. Watch the elbow.
Say it with me now. Round.